Hey guys, welcome back to Review Zone. This is my third YouTube video, and today's video is about the review of a book which I completed a couple of days ago. The book's name is The Upside of Irrationality, which is written by Dan Ariely. The author of this book is currently a professor in psychology and behavioral economics at Duke University. He had contributed much to the field of behavioral economics, as his other two renowned books are Predictably Irrational and The Honest Truth About Dishonesty. Okay. This book reflects the irrational pattern of thinking in our daily lives, which is quite important in decision making if taken care of. The book has 11 chapters, which I found quite intriguing to go through. Now, let's discuss what the book is about. The writer starts every chapter with a question about the irrational thinking of normal people like you and me. He finds out with his experiments that paying more bonuses does not improve productivity, unlike the logic of rational economics, which says that productivity is directly proportional to incentives. He says that incentives like high bonuses can create stress because they cause people to overfocus on compensation while reducing their performance. So, high incentives should not be the preferable solution for the increment in productivity in our businesses or daily lives. He explains about the IKEA effect that prevails in most of our decisions in our daily life, whether it be professional or personal. This effect results in a tendency to overvalue what we make on our own. We generally overvalue what we do because the pride of creation and ownership runs deep inside us. He points out that we not only overvalue our creations, but also that we are largely unaware of this tendency. So, we think that other people also love our works as much as we do, but that might not be the case. Similarly, the book discusses another phenomenon called the not invented here bias. This bias leads us to the question, why my ideas are better than yours? The general principle behind this is, if I did not invent it, then it's not worth much. So, we might run the risk of dismissing others' ideas that might be better than our own. A famous example of this bias is the mobile phone maker Nokia, who disregarded the idea of smartphones. We can explore the book to find out the experiments conducted by the professor to study various cases in which normal human beings tend to take revenge. He finds out that if a person is betrayed, he or she normally wants to take revenge, even if it incurs a loss to them. For example, there are two participants in a room, and $20 is given to the first participant and is asked to share with the other participant. If participant 1 shares an unequal split of like 19:1, participant 2 is most likely to take revenge even by using his or her own personal money, which is an unnecessary loss to participant 2. Similarly, the power of the word sorry, when used seldom, has been explained through different experiments in the book. All these things that I have mentioned till now are explained in the first part of the book. Now, the second part of the book. The second part of the book starts by talking about adaptation in real life. Numerous studies had shown that we adapt more quickly to a larger degree than we normally imagine. He explains about hedonic adaptation, which generally refers to people's general tendency to return to a set level of happiness despite life's ups and downs. You may think that taking a break during an irritating or boring experience will be good for you, but a break decreases your ability to adapt, making the experience seem worse when you have to return to it. He points out an interesting question, why we report to one person who needs help but not to many. For example, you are ready for your job interview on a new suit and snappy kinds of stuff worth more than $1,000. When you are on your way, if you saw a person drowning behind the pool, would you help? Yes, almost every one of us will do, despite the loss of $1,000 and a job interview. What if you hear about the people in Africa dying of hunger and was asked to donate about $1,000 to a charity that would provide food to those starved children. In this case, most of the people do not bother to contribute as they have not seen it before their eyes. The author also mentions about the long-term effects of short-term emotions. For instance, if a couple at home just argue with each other because their day at work was not so good, which would continue in the future too, the husband would think that she argued in the past and would surely do now. This would eventually affect the relationship in the long run, which was initially due to the lack of control of short term emotions. So, the author asks us to be patient before every decision making situation and test many things that would affect our decision. It is so because we are often unaware of how these irrationalities influence us. Well, I guess this is all about the book. Please read the book if you want to know these biases in details. Thank you everyone. Have a good time and stay blessed.